Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever felt like life has knocked you down so hard that getting back up seems impossible? Have you ever wondered why pain finds its way into our lives when we least expect it? Pain is something we all fear. It comes uninvited, breaks us, and leaves scars. But what if I told you that pain is not your enemy? What if I told you that the very thing you're running from is the one thing that can shape you into the person you were meant to be? Pain is not just suffering. Pain is a teacher. The strongest lessons, the deepest wisdom, and the most powerful transformations come from moments of struggle. And tonight, I want to show you why pain is not here to destroy you, it is here to make you. Stay with me till the end of this speech, because what you're about to hear might just change the way you look at pain forever. Pain is a catalyst for growth, the silent force that transforms us in ways we never imagined. It arrives unannounced, disrupts our plans, and often leaves us feeling lost. Yet beneath its harsh exterior lies an undeniable truth. Pain carries the power to reshape us, refine us, and push us toward becoming the strongest version of ourselves. Growth does not happen in comfort. When everything is easy, when life flows without resistance, there is no reason to change, no need to adapt, no urgency to rise beyond who we are. But when pain enters our lives, it forces us to face challenges we never anticipated. It strips away our illusions, breaking down the walls we have built around ourselves. We begin to see our weaknesses, our vulnerabilities, and the gaps in our understanding. And in that moment of realization, we are given a choice to let pain define us as victims or to use it as a stepping stone for transformation. Pain demands change. When a person experiences hardship, they are forced to reevaluate their beliefs, their choices, and their perspective on life. The struggles that seem unbearable in the moment often become the turning points that redefine a person's future. A failure that feels devastating today may be the very thing that leads to an opportunity tomorrow. A heartbreak that seems impossible to heal from may open the door to self-discovery. A loss that brings unbearable grief may become the motivation to appreciate life more deeply. Pain shakes us to our core, but in doing so, it prepares us for something greater. Think about the moments in your life when you felt the most challenged. Perhaps it was a rejection, a loss, or a failure that left you questioning your worth. At that time, it may have seemed like the end of the road, as if there was no way forward. But if you look back now, you will see that those very struggles played a role in shaping who you are today. They taught you resilience, forced you to develop new skills, and gave you a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. The struggles that once felt like obstacles became the stepping stones that led you to growth. Pain also forces us to confront our fears. Fear holds people back from pursuing their dreams, from taking risks, from stepping into the unknown. But when pain strikes, it leaves no room for hesitation. It forces action. When life takes an unexpected turn, when comfort is stripped away, survival depends on movement. People who have endured pain understand that fear loses its power in the face of necessity. Pain teaches that hesitation does not bring change, only action does. Resisting pain only prolongs suffering. People often try to avoid pain, to numb it, to run away from it. They distract themselves, pretending it does not exist. But pain, when ignored, does not disappear. It only grows stronger, demanding to be acknowledged. The moment a person stops resisting pain and begins to learn from it, the transformation begins. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? They start asking, what is this trying to teach me? That shift in mindset changes everything. Suddenly, pain is no longer an enemy, but a guide, pointing the way towards strength, wisdom, and purpose. Growth through pain is not immediate. It is a process that requires patience and endurance. A seed does not turn into a tree overnight. It must break open, struggle through the soil, and reach toward the light. In the same way, personal growth takes time. Pain initiates the process, but the real transformation happens in how a person chooses to respond to it day after day. The willingness to keep moving forward, even when the path is uncertain, is what turns suffering into strength. Pain brings awareness. It teaches people to value what they once took for granted. Someone who has experienced financial hardship understands the true worth of financial stability. Someone who has faced illness appreciates the gift of health. Someone who has lost a loved one cherishes every moment with the people they care about. Pain strips away complacency and replaces it with gratitude. It opens people's eyes to the reality that nothing in life is guaranteed, that every moment is precious, and that change is inevitable. There is no growth without discomfort. Every person who has achieved greatness has faced pain along the way. The strongest individuals are not the ones who have never suffered, but the ones who refuse to let suffering define them. They embraced pain, learned from it, and used it to fuel their journey. Pain forces people to develop skills they never thought they needed. It pushes them to expand their limits, to discover abilities they never knew they had. It challenges them to adapt, to think differently, and to become problem solvers. Pain teaches the most valuable lessons that cannot be learned from books or lectures, but only through experience. It reveals a person's true character, showing them what they are capable of. It tests their patience, their determination, and their ability to rise above challenges. Those who embrace pain as a teacher emerge wiser, stronger, and more prepared for whatever life may bring. Pain is the ultimate test of resilience, the force that reveals the depth of human strength. It is easy to believe that we are strong when life is smooth, but true strength is only proven when we are pushed to our limits. Pain challenges us in ways we never expected, stripping away the illusions of control and certainty. It forces us to confront our weaknesses, pushing us into situations where we must either break or rise. In that moment, when everything seems to be falling apart, resilience is born. Resilience is not about avoiding pain, but about enduring it. It is the ability to keep moving forward when every part of you wants to stop. People who have never faced struggle may appear confident, but those who have endured pain carry a different kind of strength, a strength that cannot be shaken. They have walked through fire, faced the storm, and survived. They understand that pain is not a sign of weakness, but a measure of endurance. Pain demands perseverance. It does not ask politely, it forces people to push past their breaking points. It teaches that failure is not the end, but rather a step in the process of growth. When a person faces hardship, they are given a choice to give up or to fight. Those who choose to fight discover a level of resilience they never knew they had. They learn that setbacks are temporary, that obstacles can be overcome, and that even in the darkest moments, there is a way forward. Some of the greatest stories of human achievement are built on pain. The most successful individuals in history did not reach greatness without struggle. They were rejected, they failed, they lost everything. But what set them apart was their resilience. They refused to let pain define them. Instead, they used it to fuel their determination. Every failure became a lesson, every rejection a reason to push harder. They understood that pain is not a barrier, it is the path. Resilience is not just about physical endurance, but also about mental strength. The way a person thinks in moments of pain determines how they respond. Some people allow pain to break them, while others use it as motivation. The difference lies in mindset. A resilient person does not see pain as an enemy, but as a teacher. They understand that suffering is temporary, but the strength gained from it lasts a lifetime. They do not dwell on their struggles, they focus on what they can learn and how they can grow. Pain forces people to adapt. When life does not go as planned, resilience is the ability to adjust and find a new way forward. It requires creativity, resourcefulness, and the willingness to change. The people who succeed in life are not the ones who never face challenges, but the ones who learn how to navigate them. They are the ones who refuse to let pain stop them, who find solutions when others see only obstacles. Resilience is built through experience. It cannot be learned from books or advice alone. It must be lived. Each challenge a person overcomes adds to their strength. Every hardship faced with courage builds a foundation for future challenges. Over time, pain transforms from something to be feared into something that proves one's ability to endure. A person who has faced great pain and survived it carries an unshakable confidence. They know that no matter what happens, they have the strength to keep going. Pain also teaches patience. In a world that demands instant results, pain reminds us that real change takes time. It is easy to give up when things do not happen immediately, but resilience means trusting the process. It means understanding that growth is slow, that progress is not always visible, but that every effort counts. The strongest individuals are not the ones who rush through pain, but the ones who endure it with faith that better days are ahead. Pain forces people to discover their inner strength. Many do not realize how strong they are until they are put to the test. When everything is taken away, when life feels unbearable, that is when true resilience emerges. People who have endured suffering develop an unbreakable will. They become the kind of individuals who inspire others, who show through their actions that no hardship is too great to overcome. Resilience is not about being fearless, but about moving forward despite fear. Pain brings uncertainty, and uncertainty breeds fear. But those who develop resilience understand that fear does not have to control them. They feel the fear, acknowledge it, and move forward anyway. They trust in their ability to handle whatever comes their way. They have faced pain before and emerged stronger, and they know they can do it again. Pain reveals who we truly are. It strips away pretenses and forces us to confront our real selves. In moments of struggle, we discover our true character. Some break, while others rise. Those who rise do not do so because they are different, but because they refuse to let pain define them. They make the conscious choice to fight, to learn, and to grow. And in doing so, they become unshakable, no longer afraid of what life may throw their way. Pain has a way of revealing the truth that comfort often hides. When everything is going well, it is easy to overlook the realities of life. We become accustomed to routine, taking things for granted, assuming that the path ahead will always be smooth. But pain disrupts that illusion. It shatters the false sense of security we build around ourselves and forces us to see life as it truly is. It removes the masks, exposes vulnerabilities, and brings out the raw, unfiltered version of who we are. In moments of struggle, people are faced with questions they never considered before. Why is this happening? What does this mean? Who am I without the things I have lost? Pain forces a person to reflect, to search for meaning, to dig deeper into their own existence. It does not allow people to remain on the surface. It demands that they explore the depths of their emotions, their fears, and their beliefs. It strips away distractions, leaving them with only themselves. And in that solitude, they find answers they never expected. Pain teaches people what truly matters. When everything is going well, it is easy to chase after things that ultimately do not bring real fulfillment. Success, recognition, material possessions, all of these can seem important when life is comfortable. But when pain enters the picture, priorities shift. The things that once seemed essential no longer hold the same value. Instead, people begin to appreciate the things that truly make life meaningful: love, relationships, purpose, and personal growth. Pain teaches that happiness is not found in external things, but in the strength of one's heart and mind. Pain also reveals the strength of human connection. In difficult times, true relationships are tested. Some people disappear, unable or unwilling to stand by someone in their suffering. Others remain, proving their loyalty, offering their presence, and becoming pillars of support. Pain exposes who is truly there for a person, who genuinely cares, and who is only around for convenience. It teaches the value of real connections, the kind that withstand hardship and remain unshaken by adversity. Pain forces people to grow in ways they never imagined. It pushes them out of their comfort zones, compelling them to adapt, to learn, and to evolve. It does not allow them to stay the same. Growth is uncomfortable, and pain is often the catalyst for transformation. The person who emerges from struggle is never the same as the one who entered it. They gain wisdom, strength, and a new perspective on life. They learn lessons that cannot be taught in any other way. Pain is a teacher of empathy. Those who have never faced suffering often struggle to understand the pain of others. They may judge, they may dismiss, they may fail to offer the support that is needed. But those who have endured deep pain themselves develop a profound sense of compassion. They know what it feels like to hurt, to feel lost, to struggle in silence. And because of that, they become more understanding, more kind, more willing to help others who are going through similar struggles. Pain reveals hidden potential. Many people underestimate themselves, believing they are only capable of so much. They place limits on their own abilities, convinced that they cannot go beyond a certain point. But pain forces them to prove themselves wrong. When faced with hardship, they discover strength they never knew they had. They realize that they can endure far more than they ever imagined. Pain stretches the boundaries of what is possible, proving that limitations exist only in the mind. Pain strips away illusions of control. People like to believe they have control over their lives, that if they plan well enough, work hard enough, and make the right choices, everything will go according to their expectations. But pain reminds them that life does not work that way. It is unpredictable, uncontrollable, and sometimes unfair. This realization can be frightening, but it is also liberating. When people accept that they cannot control everything, they learn to focus on what they can control: their mindset, their actions, their responses. Instead of resisting life's uncertainties, they learn to navigate them with grace. Pain deepens gratitude. When everything is going well, people often take their blessings for granted. They assume that the things they have, health, relationships, opportunities, will always be there. But pain reminds them that nothing in life is guaranteed. It forces them to appreciate what they once overlooked. They begin to find joy in small things, in moments of peace, in the love of those who stand by them. Pain shifts their focus from what is lacking to what remains, teaching them that even in the midst of hardship, there is still much to be grateful for. Pain forces people to confront their fears. Many live their lives avoiding discomfort, running from anything that might cause suffering. But pain is unavoidable. No matter how much people try to escape it, at some point they must face it. And in doing so, they realize that fear has only as much power as they give it. Pain teaches that facing difficulties head-on is the only way to overcome them. It breaks the illusion that avoidance leads to peace and proves that true strength is found in confrontation, in standing firm in the face of struggle. Pain teaches resilience, gratitude, empathy, and truth. It strips away the unnecessary, leaving behind only what truly matters. It forces people to see life clearly, to embrace growth, to strengthen their spirit, And through all of this, it offers the greatest lesson of all, that no matter how much suffering one endures, they are always capable of rising again. Pain has a way of testing patience like nothing else. When life is smooth, when everything is going according to plan, patience is rarely put to the test. But the moment pain enters the picture, patience becomes a necessity. It is in those moments of struggle, when things seem to fall apart, that people must learn to wait, to endure, and to trust the process. Pain forces a person to slow down, to reassess their expectations, and to come to terms with the reality that not everything happens on their timeline. It teaches that healing, growth, and change take time. And no matter how much one wants to rush the process, some things simply cannot be forced. When someone is in pain, they want relief immediately. They want the suffering to end, the hardship to be over, the wounds to heal as quickly as possible. But pain does not work that way. It lingers, it stretches out over days, weeks, months, sometimes even years. And in that lingering, it demands patience. It asks a person to wait, to trust, to believe that something better is coming, even when they cannot see it yet. This is not easy. The mind craves certainty, it craves quick solutions, it craves control. But pain teaches that patience is not about controlling the outcome, it is about accepting the journey. It is about understanding that sometimes the best things in life take time to unfold. Pain also teaches patience with oneself. When a person is hurting, it is easy to become frustrated with their own progress. They may feel weak, incapable, or as if they are not handling their struggles well enough. They may expect themselves to heal quickly, to bounce back instantly, to return to normal as if nothing ever happened. But pain reminds them that healing is not a straight path. Some days will be better than others. Some moments will feel like progress, while others will feel like setbacks. And through it all, patience is required. It is the reminder that growth takes time, that strength is built gradually, that becoming whole again is a process that cannot be rushed. Pain forces people to be patient with others as well. When someone is struggling, they may feel alone in their suffering. They may expect those around them to understand, to offer the right words, to provide exactly what they need. But the truth is, not everyone knows how to respond to pain. Some people may say the wrong things, others may distance themselves, and still others may try to help but fail to truly understand. Pain teaches that just as one needs patience with themselves, they also need patience with those around them. Not everyone will immediately understand their struggle, and that is okay. Relationships take time to adjust, and true support often reveals itself over time. Patience is also required when facing failure. Pain and failure often go hand in hand. When someone experiences a setback, whether in their career, their relationships, or their personal goals, it is easy to feel discouraged. The immediate reaction is often to give up, to assume that things will never get better, to believe that failure is permanent. But pain teaches that failure is not the end. It is simply a step in the journey. And learning to be patient with failure is one of the most valuable lessons pain can offer. It teaches that setbacks are not signs of defeat, but opportunities to grow, to learn, to become better. Pain tests patience by making time feel slower. When someone is going through a difficult period, it can feel as though the days drag on endlessly. Every moment of suffering feels stretched, every second of hardship feels heavier. The mind begins to wonder if the pain will ever end, if the situation will ever improve, if life will ever return to how it once was. This is where patience becomes the most important lesson. It teaches that even though time feels slow, it is still moving forward. Change is still happening, progress is still being made, even if it is not immediately visible. Pain also reveals the difference between temporary discomfort and true endurance. When someone is in pain, they want immediate relief. They want the discomfort to go away as soon as possible. But pain teaches that some things in life require endurance. Some struggles cannot be solved overnight. They require a person to keep going, even when they feel like giving up. They require persistence, resilience, and the ability to hold on, even when everything inside them is telling them to let go. Patience is a form of trust. It is the belief that things will get better, even when there is no proof yet. It is the ability to wait, to endure, to remain hopeful even in the face of suffering. Pain teaches this in a way that nothing else can. It strips away the illusion of instant gratification and forces a person to understand the value of waiting. It shows them that true strength is not found in rushing through struggles, but in facing them with patience, grace, and perseverance. Pain also teaches that patience is not passive. It is not simply sitting and waiting for things to change. It is an active choice, a decision to keep moving forward even when progress feels slow. It is the willingness to keep going, to keep trying, to keep believing even when nothing seems to be changing. It is the understanding that growth happens in the waiting, that healing happens in the process, that transformation is not instant but gradual. Through pain, people learn that patience is not about avoiding suffering, it is about enduring it with strength. It is about understanding that some lessons take time to learn, that some wounds take time to heal, that some dreams take time to come true. It is about knowing that just because something is taking longer than expected, it does not mean it will never happen. It is about trusting that even in the darkest moments, light is still ahead. Pain is one of the greatest teachers of gratitude. It strips away distractions, forcing a person to focus on what truly matters. When life is easy and comfortable, it is simple to take things for granted. The ability to walk, to see, to hear, to hold loved ones close, these things are often overlooked when there is no reason to think about losing them. But the moment pain enters life, perspective shifts. Suddenly, the smallest blessings become the most precious gifts. The ability to move without discomfort, to wake up without worry, to experience a day without sorrow, these become things that hold deep meaning. Pain teaches that gratitude is not just about appreciating the good moments, but also about recognizing the value in what remains, even in times of hardship. Pain has a way of making people realize how much they already have. When going through struggles, there is a natural tendency to focus on what is missing. The mind fixates on what has been lost, what has changed, what is no longer the same. But pain, when observed closely, also highlights what has endured. It shifts attention from absence to presence. The people who stay, the love that remains, the strength that still exists, all of these things become clear only when pain removes the distractions that once seemed important. It is in pain that a person learns to appreciate the friend who checks in, the family member who offers a kind word, the stranger who shows unexpected kindness. It is in pain that the smallest gestures hold the greatest weight. Pain teaches gratitude for the struggles themselves. This may seem paradoxical at first. Why would anyone be grateful for suffering? But as time passes, as wounds begin to heal, as lessons begin to take shape, pain reveals its hidden gifts. It builds strength, resilience, and wisdom. It forces a person to grow in ways they never imagined. It teaches lessons that comfort never could. In hindsight, many people look back on their most painful moments and realize they were also the moments that transformed them the most. They see that their hardships shaped them into who they are. They understand that without pain, they would not have gained the depth, the insight, the courage they now carry. Pain deepens appreciation for the present. So much of life is spent chasing the future, waiting for things to get better, hoping for a time when everything will be perfect. But pain teaches that perfection is an illusion, and that the only moment truly guaranteed is now. It teaches that joy is not found in some distant future, but in the simple moments of today. The warmth of sunlight on the skin, the sound of laughter, the feeling of a deep breath, these things take on new meaning when a person has experienced suffering. Pain makes these moments more vivid, more precious. It reminds a person to slow down, to notice, to cherish what is right in front of them. Pain reveals the power of gratitude and healing. It is easy to be consumed by negativity when going through struggles. It is easy to believe that life is unfair, that suffering is endless, that nothing will ever change. But gratitude interrupts that cycle. It shifts focus away from what is wrong and toward what is still good. It does not erase pain, but it provides a counterbalance. It offers a reminder that even in hardship, there is still beauty. Even in loss, there is still love. Even in suffering, there are still moments of light. By choosing to recognize these things, a person slowly begins to shift their mindset. They begin to see that pain does not have to define them. They begin to understand that gratitude is a choice, a perspective, a way of reclaiming control in a situation that feels uncontrollable. Pain teaches gratitude for the strength within. When faced with challenges, it is natural to feel weak, to feel like giving up, to wonder whether endurance is possible. But pain has a way of revealing an inner strength that was previously unnoticed. It shows a person what they are capable of surviving. It proves that they are stronger than they ever believed. And with that realization comes gratitude, not just for making it through, but for the newfound belief in their own resilience. It is one thing to know, in theory, that people are strong. It is another to experience it firsthand, to walk through fire and emerge on the other side. That kind of strength is not something that can be taught in books or learned through words. It is something that only pain can reveal. Pain makes people more grateful for others. When struggling, even the smallest acts of kindness take on immense significance. A simple text message, a heartfelt conversation, a moment of understanding, these things become lifelines. They remind a person that they are not alone. They reinforce the idea that even in darkness, there is still light. Pain shows that human connection is one of the most valuable things in life. It teaches that relationships matter far more than material possessions, that love and support hold greater worth than any form of success. And once a person learns to truly appreciate the people who stand by them in their hardest moments, their perspective on life changes forever. Pain teaches gratitude for new beginnings. It often feels like pain marks an ending, the end of a dream, a relationship, a chapter of life. And in many ways it does. But it also clears the way for something new. It forces a person to rebuild, to start over, to find a new way forward. And while that process may be difficult, it is also filled with possibility. Pain makes a person appreciate the chance to begin again, to rewrite their story, to create a future that aligns more closely with who they are becoming. It removes illusions, forces honesty, and strips away anything that is not truly important. It makes room for clarity, for purpose, for a deeper understanding of what truly matters. Pain teaches that gratitude is not just about what is easy or comfortable. It is about finding appreciation even in the struggle. It is about seeing the value in what pain has taught, in how it has shaped growth, in the way it has deepened understanding. It is about recognizing that hardship does not erase joy, it magnifies it. It makes happiness more meaningful, more profound. It creates a contrast that allows a person to fully experience the depth of human emotion. Pain does not take away gratitude, it enhances it. It forces a person to recognize what they have, to cherish it, to hold it close. And once someone learns to be grateful, even in the midst of struggle, they gain a power that nothing can take away. Pain is a teacher that shows the power of hope. It is easy to be hopeful when life is smooth, when dreams seem within reach, when every plan unfolds perfectly. But real hope is tested in darkness. It is tested when everything falls apart, when the future feels uncertain, when despair whispers that nothing will ever change. Pain forces a person to decide whether they will let go of hope or hold on to it despite everything. And in that choice, a transformation happens. Hope is no longer just an abstract idea, it becomes an active force, a conscious decision, a form of resistance against the weight of suffering. Pain teaches that hope is not about ignoring reality or pretending everything is fine. It is about believing in possibilities even when they seem impossible. It is about trusting that change can come, that healing is real, that even the darkest night will eventually give way to light. Pain reshapes the way people perceive hope. Before experiencing pain, hope may seem like something external, something that comes from circumstances, from success, from the validation of others. But pain strips away those illusions. It reveals that true hope comes from within. It is something a person creates, nurtures, and fights for even when the world gives them every reason to surrender. It is a quiet voice that whispers, keep going, when everything feels overwhelming. It is the small but significant decision to take one more step, to face one more day, to keep moving forward, even when the destination is unclear. Pain teaches that hope is not about certainty, it is about faith in the unknown. It is about knowing that growth often happens in the most unexpected ways. Pain teaches that hope is found in the smallest things. When struggling, the big dreams may seem too far away, too unreachable. But pain refines vision, making a person notice the simple moments of beauty that might have been ignored before. A sunrise after a sleepless night, the gentle kindness of a stranger, the comfort of a familiar voice, the warmth of a single moment of laughter in a day filled with sorrow. These are the things that pain magnifies. It makes a person understand that hope does not always come in grand, life-altering moments. Sometimes, it is found in a deep breath, in a second of relief, in the quiet realization that they have survived another day. Pain teaches that these small things are not insignificant. They are proof that life continues, that light still exists, that there is always something worth holding on to. Pain forces a person to redefine what it means to be strong. Before pain, strength may have seemed like something visible, like power, like control, like having everything figured out. But pain reveals a deeper truth. Strength is not about never falling. It is about rising again after every fall. It is about standing up even when legs shake, even when the heart feels heavy, even when the mind is filled with doubt. Strength is not the absence of fear, sadness, or exhaustion. It is the ability to keep moving despite them. Pain teaches that strength is not about appearing unbreakable. It is about being vulnerable, about allowing oneself to feel, about having the courage to keep believing in something better. Strength is found in every moment a person chooses not to give up. Pain also teaches that hope is a gift that can be shared. When a person has walked through their own struggles, they become more sensitive to the struggles of others. They recognize pain in someone's eyes even when they do not speak of it. They understand the weight of silent battles. They learn how much a kind word, a simple gesture, a moment of genuine care can mean to someone who is struggling. Pain creates a deeper empathy, a willingness to extend hope to those who may have lost it. It teaches that sometimes people do not need advice or solutions, they simply need someone to remind them that they are not alone. Pain transforms those who experience it into sources of hope for others. It gives them the ability to say, I have been there, I understand, and I believe you will find your way through this too. Pain teaches patience with oneself. It is natural to want healing to happen quickly, to want emotions to be neatly resolved, to want the weight of pain to disappear overnight. But pain follows its own timeline. It does not move according to expectation. It demands patience, acceptance, and self-compassion. Pain teaches that healing is not a straight path. Some days will be better, some will be worse. Some moments will bring relief, others will bring old wounds back to the surface. But through it all, healing is happening, even when it is not immediately visible. Pain forces a person to learn how to be gentle with themselves, to trust that they are doing the best they can, to recognize that every small step forward matters. Pain teaches that hope is not about perfection. It is not about waiting for life to be free of difficulties before allowing oneself to feel happiness. It is about learning to find joy even in the midst of struggle. It is about embracing the imperfections, the uncertainties, the moments of confusion, and still believing that something beautiful can come from them. Pain teaches that life does not have to be perfect to be meaningful. It shows that even in brokenness, there is strength. Even in uncertainty, there is potential. Even in loss, there is something to be gained. Pain teaches the importance of faith. Whether faith is placed in a higher power, in the universe, in oneself, or in the simple belief that things will get better, pain makes a person realize how much they need something to hold on to. It forces a person to find an anchor, something that keeps them steady when everything feels like it is falling apart. Pain strengthens faith by proving that even in moments of deep suffering, life has a way of bringing unexpected moments of peace. It teaches that just as the seasons change, so too do circumstances. Pain does not last forever. It is a chapter, not the entire story. Pain forces a person to redefine success. Before experiencing pain, success may have been measured by achievements, by external validation, by material possessions. But pain strips away all of those illusions. It makes a person realize that success is not about what they have, but about who they become. It is about learning to love themselves despite their flaws. It is about choosing kindness even after experiencing cruelty. It is about finding the courage to start over when everything falls apart. Success is not about avoiding pain. It is about learning from it, growing through it, and using it to become stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. Pain teaches that hope is not something that can be taken away. It is not dependent on circumstances or other people. It is something that exists within. It is a choice, a mindset, a way of looking at the world. Pain forces a person to dig deep, to find hope in the most unexpected places, to create light even when surrounded by darkness. It proves that no matter how much is lost, there is always something left to fight for. And once a person understands that, once they realize that hope is a force they carry within themselves, they become unstoppable.